Hey there, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be showing you 3 easy and beginner-friendly KDP niches that can make you an extra $1,856 per month with Amazon KDP. And the best part is you don't need any experience or any money at all to get started. All you need is Wi-Fi, your laptop, and by the end of this video, you're gonna have all the information that you need to start creating profitable books on Amazon. So if you're a beginner looking to start making an income online or start a side hustle, or you're just looking for a new niche to get into, well then this video is for you. But before that, hey guys, my name is Jeff and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. And right now we're talking about low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you never miss a new video. With that being said, let's get started. Now, the first niche we're going to look at is the fishing logbook. And the very first thing that you're going to see is this purple bar on my screen. This is a plugin that I use from self-publishing titans called Titans Quick View. It's a free extension, so feel free to go ahead and download it. It'll give you things like the niche score, as well as information like total results, exact match, how many books are independently published, meaning how many books are KDP books, as well as the bestsellers ranks and reviews and pricing. But the very first thing I look at is always the search results. And right here, we're seeing 906 search results. Now, when I'm looking to see if a niche is profitable and if I want to get into it, I look for 3 specific things. Number 1, I like to look for search results that are about 1,000 or less because it's going to tell me that the keyword or the niche is not so competitive. Number 2, I like to look for 3 KDP books on the first page that all have a BSR or a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below, because this is going to tell me that there is demand in this keyword or niche. And number 3 is the niche score that is provided by the plugin that I use. And I like to look for a niche score of 50 and higher. So we can see this has 906 results for fishing logbook. So that satisfies the first requirement of being about 1,000 and below. So the next step is to look through the first page of Amazon to see if there are any books that are ranking under 300,000. So all of these books right here, we're going to disregard because they are all not KDP books. Let's keep scrolling. The first book right here is a KDP book. And the reason we know that is because under publisher right here, it says independently published. And we can see it has a ranking of 184,000. So that's 1 book. Now we need to look for 2 more. There's this book right next to it that's independently published. That's ranking at 259,000. So that's 2 books. So that's good. The next book is a KDP book, but it's ranking above 300,000, so we'll skip that. We have this book right here, ranking it at 191,000, so that's book number 3. And let's just look a little bit more through this page. We have another book here in the 300,000s, a few more books in the 300,000s. We have this book right here at 296,000, and then we have this book right here at 184,000. So because there's a lot of books that are ranking under 300,000, we know that there's enough demand in this niche and this keyword. And with a niche score of 65, that satisfies our last requirement of having a niche score of 50 and above. So we know that there might be potential for this niche. Now, if we go ahead and look at one of these books as an example, let's go ahead and take this one right here. So this is a fishing logbook that is designed for kids. And we can see it has a 5 out of 5 rating and 10 ratings overall. We can see a little bit more of what's inside the interior, things like where they went fishing, what kind of bait, and so on and so forth. It has an 8.5 by 11 size, 106 pages. It was published April 3rd, 2021, so it's been live for a couple years. And it's priced at $8.99. If we scroll a little bit more down, we're going to see this graph. And this graph is the historical BSR of the book. So we can keep track of how it's been doing over time. So if we look at 90 days, we can see the performance, 6 months to 1 year, and then all time. So we can see that this book sells on and off, but it sells year round. Whenever the line goes down, it means that it's selling. Whenever it goes up, that means it's not selling. And as you can see around this time, it's summertime here, that it's starting to sell really well because there's a lot of people that go fishing in the summer. Now let's go ahead and take a look inside the book. So this is the cover. The cover is a very, very just simple cover. This is something that you can make on a free program like Canva. Very simple fonts, very simple elements. And then the next page is a belongs to page. And then here is the next page. So we can kind of get an idea of what the interior looks like. There's a page where you can draw a picture of the fish you caught and then how many did you catch. You just check mark this. And then if you notice, it just repeats the 2 pages. So basically this interior is just 2 pages that's repeated over and over. You have this page right here and then this page right here. And so this is a very simple book to make. And this type of book won't really take you that long to actually complete. And on the back cover, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. This is the first page and this is the second page, and that's pretty much it for this type of book. Now, if we go ahead and take the bestsellers rank of this book and put it into a sales calculator to see how much it's estimated to be making, we can see that with the bestsellers rank of 184,403, 106 pages with a price point of $8.99. This book makes about 2 sales per day, and that's about 60 sales per month. And in money terms, that's $6 a day and $194 per month. Now, you might be thinking $194 isn't that much, but if you think about having multiple types of these books, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20 books, all doing $194 per month, well, you can see how it adds up. And the best part about this is that this is truly passive income, because once you have this up on Amazon, it's basically going to stay there and Amazon's going to sell it for you, and you could be making sales on it every day, every week, every month, every year, without you ever having to touch it ever again. Now, the next niche we have is the bird watching logbook. And the very first thing that we're going to see is it has 705 results. So that's below the 1,000 that we're looking for. So that satisfies step one. Now let's look for 3 KDP books that are ranking under 300,000. So these books right here with the word sponsored underneath them, we're going to disregard because these are not organic rankings, because this is where people will pay to get their books on top of the search results. So let's move on. And the very first listing that we have is this bestseller book that's ranking in at 19,000. And so here's book number 1. So we're already seeing promise in this niche. We have this book right here, independently published, ranking at 94,000. That's book number 2. We have another book at 75,000, another book at 106,000. That's already number 4. And let's just keep looking and see what else there is. We have another book at 106,000, another book at 189,000, another book at 275,000, another one 260,000, 242,000. So we're seeing a lot of demand in this niche. So that's a great sign. And as we can see with the niche score of 67, that's well above the 50 that we're looking for. So this satisfies all 3 of my requirements. So we know that there is some potential for this keyword and for this niche. And so let's go ahead and look at one of the examples. Let's go ahead and look at this bestseller right here. As we can see, it has a 4.8 out of 5 rating and 33 ratings total. And then if we look a little bit more at the description, so the interior has things like date, time, location, habitat, weather, temperature, all of these other things. But we're going to see when we look at the interior that it's just basically the same interior that's repeated over and over. So this one is a 6x9 size and then 110 pages with a price point of $6.99, which is a pretty typical price point for this type of book. And if we scroll to this graph, let's check out the BSR. This is for 30 days. As we can see how well it's doing, 90 days, 6 months to a year. And so you can see when it first came out, when it was first published, it was not selling. It actually reached all the way to 1.7 million. And then it started to sell right here. And then there was another level that it hit back in 2023 where it just started to sell a lot. And then now it's kind of maintained that ranking. And the sales ranking is actually getting stronger. So that's really good to see for this type of book. If we scroll down to try to see some A+ content, we're going to see that here is the interior of the book. So as you can see, it's just one page and it's repeated over and over and over again. They have an index page as well as a notes page, but other than that, it's pretty much this interior that's repeated throughout. And if we take the bestsellers rank and put it into a sales calculator to see how much it's estimated to be making, we're going to see that with a ranking of 19,355, a price point of $6.99, 110 pages, it profits per book about $2.02. That's about 14 sales per day, 420 sales per month. And in royalty terms, that's $28 a day and $858 per month. Hopefully you can start to see the power of KDP, because for such a simple book with basically the interior repeated over and over, to be making almost $1,000 per month is actually pretty insane. Now, the last niche we have for today is the garden logbook. And as we can see with the search results, it has 1,000 search results. It's actually closer to 2,000, 1,838. But for me, if I'm still seeing the one here on Amazon, then it's still good to go. And so let's move on to the second step, trying to find 3 KDP books that are ranking 300,000 or below. So we have this first book right here, independently published, ranking at 36,000. The book right next to it has a ranking of 20,000. So that's 2 books that are ranking really, really well already. So all we have to do is find one more. We have this book right here that's ranking in at 60,000. That's already 3 books. The next book is ranking at 124,000. Then one after that is 240,000. We have one right here just right above 300,000, 113,000, 151,000, and so on and so forth. So we know there's a lot of demand for this niche, for this specific keyword. And when we look at the niche score, it has a 57. So that is above the 50 that we're looking for. So we know that there is some good potential for this niche. The only thing is that it has a little bit of a higher search result than we want. It is still okay, but you're really just going to have to work on the cover design to really make your book stand out. Now, if we go ahead and look at an example, let's take this one with the bestseller. As you can see, it has a 4.6 out of 5 ratings, 47 ratings total. It has the #1 bestsellers badge, which is actually giving it a really good boost in sales. This was published back in July 30, 2023. It is sized at 6 by 9 inches, 169 pages, and priced at $7.99. Also has the hardcover version right here for $14.99, which is really good to do because it actually doesn't take you much time to just make the hardcover version of your book, and you could be making extra sales just from that. If we look at the historical BSR, we can see how well the book is doing the last 30 days, 90 days, 6 months to a year. So as you can see, when it was first published, it was selling a little bit, but then for some reason, for a good stretch, it didn't sell, but then it started to sell, and it got some reviews, and now it's actually doing really, really well, and it's maintained this ranking, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. So that's really, really good. If we scroll down to try to see some A+ content, here are some of the pages of the interior and some more pages of the interior, so you get an idea of how to make this type of book. So it has things like supplier details, year at a glance, the garden wish list, the garden design pages, inventory, seed packet info, seasonal checklist, companion planting chart. But if you do your research into these types of books, they all have pretty much the same type of interior pages. And all you would need to do is make one, and then you just repeat that for that section. So basically this book is made up in 8 sections of interiors, and then you just put it together and it creates a full interior. But this book is actually still quite easy to make. Now, if we take the bestsellers rank and put it into a sales calculator to see how much it's estimated to be making, we're going to see that with a sales rank of 20,076, price point of $7.99 per book, and 169 pages, that's a profit per book of $1.92, and that is 14 sales per day, 420 sales per month, with $26 in daily royalties and $804 in monthly royalties. So if you were to have all 3 of these books in your library and you add it all up, from the 3 books, you're making about $60 per day and about $1,856 per month, which, believe it or not, is actually really, really good, because a lot of us publishers, it'll take us 10, 20, 30, 100 books to get to this type of income. But hopefully you can see that any type of income you make from any book, well, it starts to add up. So imagine you had 10, 20, 30, 100 books in your library, making 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks. You could easily be making $5,000 to $10,000 per month. And the best part is, this is all passive income, meaning you could step away from publishing for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and you would still be making money. Now, since these books are so simple and so easy to make, I actually recommend that you just go on a site like Creative Fabrica to find the interiors that you need. So here I am on Creative Fabrica. I typed in fishing logbook, and then we're going to filter it by KDP interiors. So it's saying here there's 238 interiors. And as you can see, there's a wide range of fishing logbooks here. There's some with cover designs. Because of the type of book this is, which it is a logbook or a record book, you could just download these types of interiors from Creative Fabrica and then upload them to a KDP if that's what you wanted to do. You could also get keywords straight from Creative Fabrica if that's something that you want to do. There are keywords here for you to go ahead and download, like right here. And so you can easily have all of the things that you need to complete this book, all from Creative Fabrica. So here for bird watching interiors, you can see a little bit of the same thing here. All of these interiors look very, very similar. So you can go ahead and just find something that you like and really just work on your cover design to try to sell your book. And then with the garden logbook, as you can see, there is a lot here. There's 197 interiors. And so these interiors are going to come with the sections that you're looking for. So you can go ahead and try and mix and match them to your liking, and then be able to create a more original, more custom book. So if you want access to these interiors, as well as access to elements, fonts, as well as their AI art generator, I'll leave the link down below for you to check out. Well, there you have it. That's it for today's video. If you have any questions, let me know down below. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a new video. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.